Hey Boo Buddies, Anya here, and it's that time of the bullet journal, the time where we set up the best time of the year, our spooky quarter setup. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and put our journal aside for a second while we go over the back to school haul. I got some back to school stuff. So let me show you what I got. Starting with this new prize, it's an electric eraser. Oh my goodness. And I've got some metallic paint pens and a white paint pen that they had on sale, and then some stock ups on my Sakura brush pens and some sticky notes. But here is the fun part. I went to Michael's for their annual spooky collection, and I got this set of washi tapes. They are the narrow border tapes that I like and have a weird obsession with. There's a couple metallics and some moon ones that I thought would go great with our moon journal that we are doing this year. And they are really fun. These are the only ones. They had other options, but these are the ones that I decided to spend the money on and not get things that I didn't like. Look at these. They look like evil eyes, but they're actually moons, and I thought that was really neat. So we're going to have fun with that. Of their sticker collections this spooky season, they only had 2 packs that I thought were worth it. This one, which, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about, is just labels. It's just apothecary style labels, and I thought this is perfect for my current journal, for the style of journaling we're doing this year. We're going to use this today, and there's 2 sets in the pack, so it's the same twice. Okay, so we've got lots of options, and we're going to use them shamelessly. We're going to use some of these today. And the other one is very similar. It's this Halloween style pack that I like. It's got this monochromatic style that I actually really enjoy. It's just black, white, and orange, and that's it. And all the shading is done with hashing and effects. It's very old style. It's a classic style of that I really enjoy, and there's some labels that are fun in here, and we might use some of these later on, but right now we just need to get our quarter set up. Look at these border tapes. I never expect to like the border tape stickers until I have a chance to just stare at them, and some of these are really cool. I think that plaid one might be my favorite. We might need to do an entire theme based on that plaid. We might need to figure out how to play with that. Okay, so that's my very small but very effective back to school haul for this year. And now back to the notebook. Let's go ahead and start setting up our spooky quarter for the next 3 months. So I must have gotten so excited that when I hit the record button on my camera, it didn't. And I didn't notice until I'd already drawn a couple of lines, but that's okay because you can fill in the gaps of what I'm doing. I've got my trusty coffee flavored Tombow that I love to use when we are going for a vintage notebook or tea stain effect. It's one of my favorites. And we're just going to lay down the border really quick so that I can go ahead and stick the tab in for our new quarter. Remember, I've got these moon tab stickers that I'm using through this journal for our important things. And we just want to continue the cascade and put this in the right spot, and lining it up and folding it over is always the tricky and challenging part. And you got to see I already got to use my new trusty electric eraser, which, oh my goodness, is really effective for getting those pencil lines off my journal without it getting where you get enthusiastic and it wrinkles the page and you just like bark. But oh my goodness, so I'm already happy with that purchase, and now we've got the tab in and the start of a border. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our tables for the quarter. Now I need 4 tables for spooky quarter, and we need to make sure that we have enough room and enough spacing and make them look pretty in that order. So the first table I am putting in is my inventory for all of my books and my special merch when I go to book events and share my lovely spooky stories with people. So I need to have inventory on hand and I need to keep track of that. And so when I update that every 3 months, and this is what we're going to do. So we need our inventory table. And once we've got that marked out, we're going to go ahead and use one of our new pretty labels to give it a nice title. And I like to give a little bit of shading. So this is a warm grayscale. I think it's N89 Tombow brush pen, and I'm going to use that throughout. And it just really offsets so you can keep track when you're filling in these tables. We're going to use another one of our stickers right away. And while we get that set up, we're going to add in the most important table in the quarterly setup, which is the master list. And I used to do my goals and achievables for the quarter in coloring book style, and now there's just too much going on and we need a master list, and I really am enjoying the master list right now. So it's just a long running list, no categories, just the list. And it takes into account all of the things from all the corners of our life that have to happen. And that's what the master list is. So now we've got that, I'm going to flip over and fill in the next 2 pages of tables that we need. We need the business expense table, which is just a standard account keeping, bookkeeping matrix where we have a memo, a check mark for paid and unpaid, and we're also going to keep track of our budget as well as what we actually paid for those things and when they got paid. So this is just a straightforward table for just some basic bookkeeping strategy. And it's really tedious to put in, but it's very important to have when we're filling it out. And the reason I'm skipping around is because it's easier to decorate if we have everything that we need laid out, and then we can be a bit more liberal with the decorating as we come in. And then over here on the second page, we're going to do the income tracker, where we notice all the different places where we need to keep track of what's coming in. And I messed up. I didn't count right. Something got, yeah. So this became too messy. So we just fixed it the same way we fixed August. You remember I messed up August's calendar. So we're just going to fix it. But this time I'm going to use brown craft paper. It helps if you don't put it in upside down and mess it up again, because it goes with the spooky vibe that we're going with this time. So now that we've got that done, we're going to just go ahead and label everything, mostly to check to see if I messed up again. And I just want to know, I need to check my work and fill things out. So all the different places where we have income coming in. And yeah, we just need to yeah. Okay, so we're ready now. I think we can go back and start decorating fully. So just tying in with some color scheme, and we're going with kind of I won't say this is dark academia because that doesn't really fly, but it's not really light academia either, but we're definitely going with a vintage academia vibe here with the color scheme. We'll call it spooky academia. So more camera issues where I guess my camera decided it didn't want to film me putting down this washi tape, but that's okay because I need to pull it back up because the sticker that I want to put here blends away and doesn't pop the way I want it to. And then I had trouble getting the washi tape up, and I'm here to tell you that in your journal journey, when in doubt, knives. So yes, this border washi tape is the perfect coffee color with butterflies, but I think they kind of look like moths in this context, so it works out pretty fun. And I used a black paper sticker as kind of a offset border. And you can see the whole moon sticker in that scrapbooky style that we like, and it goes so wonderful with the little copper foil offsets and the brown, black, white scheme that we're going for. I'm just using a straight up felt tip marker to put in our category here, and I went with kind of a spindly Addams Family vibe spooky font, and then I just pulled more stickers off the same sheet that I found this moon in the clouds that I liked so much, and we'll just recycle that butterfly washi tape around to just make it all seem on purpose. We have 3 out of our 4 tables ready to go, plus our master list. I used some scrap paper from where I fixed the income tracker on the other page because we needed to use more of the brown paper to make it all look on purpose. And we'll use more of our new washi tape because we can't not use our washi tape. And we'll finish up this header with more spindly letters, and we'll fill in the blank spaces with things that go. And the next thing we need to do is, of course, label our lists. So we have our master list over here. It gets its own page and extra space just in case. Then we have our inventory, which I already went over, and then we have important dates, which has a lovely moon set going on over here. Then we also need our promotional plan where we post things and plan it out so that there's a plan. And then, of course, because it's spooky season, we have to go shopping, and we need a wish list. So we need to make a list of all the things that we're on the lookout for when we go and see what spooky things are in the shops. So now we're gonna finish decorating our income and expense trackers because all the important stuff is already here. So now the only thing left to do is to make it look pretty. So we're going to label our months, use a lot of the same washi tapes as we did before. I don't have enough stickers from the sheet where the pretty stars and bats and moon with clouds came from. I ran out of the stickers really fast, and it was a very small sheet apparently. And so I am using more washi tape from the new set, and we're going to use our spindly pen and one of our paint pens, our bronze paint pen, because it matches the copper feel, and we're going to make our own border. And so we're just going to fill in and make everything pretty, and going with our, what did I call it? Our spooky academia theme that we've got going on here. So we used quite a bit of our new supplies, and I feel really confident about that. And to the point we actually ran out of some, and I had to use the paint pen to kind of recreate the effect that we got from the foil stickers on the first spread, but that's okay. And I think it's nice and simple and clean, but also interesting, and gives us that spooky academia thing that we didn't know we need. So let's look at the whole thing after I finished putting on the last details. I drew in the final list space because I couldn't figure out which sticker to use or what I liked, and it just made more sense to just draw it in. And that's what I did. I just drew it in and put in some accents, and we've got everything labeled nice and mostly accurate. I labeled the promo list as packages because I was in monthly setup mode, I guess, but that's okay. I can fix it, and it'll work. I know what it is. I know it's supposed to go there, even if my subconscious labeled the wrong word. Then, everything is nice and pretty. I added a pumpkin sticker over in the corner just to fill in this space and make it all look on purpose. And that is my quarterly setup. for spooky quarter, and I hope you guys found some inspiration in my crazy, even with the mistakes that I continually make. And I will see you in the next one, Boo Buddies.